What is up, you guys, and welcome back. Stay tuned because I'm going to bring you a really nice tip that I found by taking a few items I'm going to show you guys in just a moment. You can go ahead and make your own telescoping net for your fish room. Got a couple of different 4-inch nets. Also going to get one of these extension, and this is obviously, as you can see, a little crow's foot, and that's a type of back scratcher. So I got these a few months back at our local tractor supply company, and you can pick these up sometimes for $1 or $2 a piece. So even at $3, if you found one of these, it's still a decent deal, because if you went online and bought a telescoping net, they can range anywhere from $10 all the way up to $20 depending on the quality. And this is a very nice handle, very nice quality. The first thing you might be asking yourself, and I've had this question brought up in the past when I did a live tutorial on one of these, is, Jeremy, are you worried about rust? And the answer to that is simply no, I'm not, because I'm not keeping these submerged for any prolonged period of time. So this is the second thing you're going to need. So obviously a net, and then this is basically the two supplies that you're going to need in order to construct and make your own net. So if you want to do a larger one, you could get a larger net, you could get a smaller net, you could get a 3D style. If you're good at sewing, use your imagination, you can make your own. And the next thing you're going to need is a basic copper pipe wheel style cutter that you would utilize for your basic water lines within your home in order to cut copper piping. This is a crucial tool that you're going to need, and I'll show you why in just a couple of minutes. The next thing that you're going to need is a cutter that's nice and sharp, and then the next thing that you're going to need is some type of crimping tool. So this is your standard crimping tool that you would find either at your local automotive, at your home improvement store. So something that can crimp, and this is your basic crimping tool and wire stripper that you'd use for, you know, home electrical use. Let's go ahead and get to the build. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do, you want to cut just below that, and you want to give yourself enough space. So you want to go ahead and back this out appropriately so you can go ahead and find the appropriate thickness. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is, once you figure out the thickness, and you can see there how it's resting right in that housing and that wheel is just touching. If you apply too much forward pressure, so if you over tighten, you are going to cause this to crimp and you're not going to get a clean cut. So what you want to do is make sure that you have that it's seated in there just right. Now apply the appropriate pressure that we need, just enough to where it's actually touching, and then simply you want to take whatever non-dominant hand that you're using to turn this. I'm right-handed, so that's why I'm holding on to the tool with my right hand, and then holding on to the extension handle with my left. And you want to apply just enough pressure so this part here, the handle itself, isn't going to be spinning at the same time. So you want to hold that in place, and then what you want to do is carefully start turning, and you're going to see an indentation here, and I can show you guys, hopefully you can somewhat see it if the camera will focus. Once you see that outline to where it's going in, you want to go ahead and do a 1/16 turn, so not very much at all. Same thing, keep turning it, go around a few times, and if it's still not going through, again 1/16 churn around 4 or 5 times, and do just 1/16 churn. You don't want to go too much, because like I said, the material on this is very, very thin. So go around a few times, and you can hear it starting to actually cut through. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep churning it, and then voila, the crow's foot has now been removed, and you can see a very clean cut. You don't have to worry about sanding that or anything. And then go ahead and you can extend it out at this point. The next thing that you're going to do is take whatever net that you plan on utilizing, and then this is where these particular cable cutters come in handy for this thickness of handle on this net. And then what you want to do is come down about 2 or 3 inches is all that you need. So no particular science in this, you just want to leave enough, and I'll show you why in just a second. and then go ahead and carefully cut through. And then you could actually still utilize this as a back scratcher if you wanted to. So you can hold on to these. So what I'm actually going to do is remove one of these right here. So if you actually separate these with this specific net, you'll be able to identify, if you just go careful that you don't cut yourself. Actually, one of these is completely loose, and then you can go ahead and just remove one of those. And then what it does is it will reduce the overall outer diameter, so now it should appropriately fit in there. Head and just going to clean up the ends now, and now I'm just going to carefully go ahead and insert, holding on to the other tube, and then just go ahead and be very careful as you're pushing it in, because this will cut you. So what you're going to do is take your crimpers, take little tiny nubs that stick out is a part that you're going to want to use. Go ahead and just utilize the end here, and then I'm going to just carefully press down, applying a decent amount of pressure on this, and you can see it's on there tight. And now you have telescoping net. With that being said, you guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you guys give this a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll talk to you guys on the next live stream. If not, see you in the next video. Always stay encouraged, keep on keeping on, happy fishing, and we'll talk to you guys very soon.